Hello everyone, welcome back to the plot. I'm a bit concerned about my onions today. Let me show you them and I'll explain why. Okay, so this is my onion bed. These onions were planted out quite a while ago, and if you look at a lot of them are deformed. And I'd say there's only about 5 or 6 that are standing upright and tall. So like these ones, this one, it's another deformed one. Now I can see some slug damage or snail damage on there, but that doesn't explain why so many are in this condition. And the reason I think is Allium leaf miner. Now, last year, I had my leeks in this bed, and they came down to Allium leaf miner. I did manage to save some of the leeks, but there was an awful lot that had to be thrown out after you strip back different layers of leeks to get to the good stuff and get the actual grub out. But yeah, things like that. So that's my onions. I'm in two minds whether to take them out or leave them in, because some of them look okay, and I don't know whether it's just slug damage or a combination of Allium leaf miner and slug. So I'm going to leave them in for a while, and I'll see what happens. I've got a volunteer potato in here as well. Other things going on in the plot. We are getting broad beans. This needs a bit of a weed. It's bindweed. But if you look down here, oops, sorry, around the shade, you can see some small broad beans. So that's the first broad beans. And it's not just this plant, all the plants, wherever you can see the flowers dying off, what happens is the flowers die off as the fruit pushes through it. Same thing happens with chilies and lots of other fruits. So yeah, some broad beans. Plants aren't very tall, but I think that's because I didn't overwinter them this year. I just planted them in February or sometime like that. These two beds are going to be for my beans. I'll show you my beans later. They're back at the potting shed back home. This is the greyhound cabbage that I put in on Saturday. They all seem to be doing okay. No obvious slug damage or anything, so yeah, they're okay. Other things going on today, I've given a lot of things a good water. The what do you call them? The Munch 2. They are perking up now. They're in the ground and they've been watered. I don't know if you see this for the light, but that's the old leaves, and you can see the new growth coming in. The old leaves are turning reddish brown, but the new leaves are nice and green. So yeah, they look as if they're taking okay. The other peas are doing okay as well. And I've also put in the ground my calabrese, or my broccoli, if you want to call it broccoli, as a calabrese, the big headed broccoli. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in there, and that's stromboli. It's a calabrese type. I hope you can see that calabrese type broccoli. And what I've also done is I've also raised the hoops of the net by a bit of foot, just to give the plants an extra bit of headroom. Because they do, the broccoli does like to grow a little big. So just to give it a little bit of headroom. As you can see, they were both these nets were the same size. But as you can see, the Calabrese one, or the broccoli one, is a lot higher. Now I might raise this one tomorrow because I've got a couple of cauliflowers to go in, and I've got some kale. I've got this nice scarlet kale to go in. I've run out of time today. So I've got some kale to go in, and I've got some red cabbage. Red cabbage doesn't need the extra headroom. They don't grow too tall. But the cauliflower and the kale would benefit from a bit of extra headroom. So I might see if they can be raised tomorrow. Right, that's me finished at the plot for today. The building site's finished up work as well. So I'm going to head home and get a shower and something to eat. And I'll see if I can give you a little quick tour around the garden. So hang tight. Okay, we're back at the house now, and yeah, I've had my dinner, had a shower, had a cornetto after my dinner as well. It's quite nice. So the temperature's dropped down a bit. So just going to go out the garden, and we'll let Nelly out for our evening walk around the garden. I've got her a little treat as well. I've got her a blueberry. She's quite partial to them. So we're going to let her out, and I'll show you what I've got growing still up here at the house. Right, let's see if she's ready. Oh, there she is. You want to come out? Here. So she's grabbed a blueberry. When we had Angus as well, she didn't eat her treat before he finished his. He'd try and take hers from her. So what she usually tried to do is grab her treat and go and run somewhere quiet and have it. So she could have it before he finished his. Let's have a look down here. Got some waste that'll be going to the compost bins up at the allotment. We've got some hostas growing here and some ferns. Spotted a slug the other night underneath one of the pots, so we're keeping an eye on that, just checking every now and again, make sure they don't come back and chew everything. What are you doing down there, Nelly? Oh, she's cutting the grass. Right, let's go and see what we've got. We've got a tree surgeon coming on 10th of June to sort this tree out, and the two trees we have at the front. So yeah, that's where the branch broke a couple of weeks back. So yeah, I've got someone coming to have a look at that. We don't usually cut the grass in the back because usually the rabbits do it, but Nellie's not really up to the job all by herself. But we have got quite a nice collection of wildflowers. So buttercups, and these are large daisies. It's self-seeded. We had them growing, but I'm going to pill these before they actually flower, because they just self-seed everywhere. We've got a single peace lily at the back. So up here, I've repotted all my peppers and put them in bigger pots, and I'm bringing them out during the day. Out during the day so they can get the sunshine. I think this one must have touched the glass in the potting shed, because I put them in the potting shed at night. And I think this one must have touched the glass, and it may have got too cold and damage those leaves. We've got some squashes here. These are Ichikuri, I think. And some drumhead red cabbages. These will be going up to the allotment this week. Over here, single seed potatoes. These are getting potted on tomorrow. I've took my eye off the ball. I've took my eye off the ball with these, and yeah, they need to get moved on tomorrow. Got a few little lettuces here. This is Thai basil. Oregano needs potting on, and I've got some mixed flowers that need dealt with. A few more romaine type lettuces. Scarlet kale. Some of these will be going up to the allotment, and I might give some for a plant swap on the 24th. Yeah, 24th of this month. Got a couple of leeks growing in here. These are musselburgh. So just a few leeks. Spring onions. These are ready. These are ready. These are a good size now. Fuck. How's that? Perfect. So I've got like a little mixture here. I've got some butternut squashes, some more scarlet kale, and some tomatoes. They need potted on. In here, in the evening when I take all the peppers and they all come in here, this is really full up. But what I've got in here, this was a sweet corn. This was the only one that germinated out of all these cells. So I'm going to see if I can chit some, see if I can get some this way. These are the beans, these are the blue-eyed, these are the purple French climbing beans I grow every year. Fantastic. These are runner beans, these are Scarlet Emperor, and these are just starting to come up now. So these are romaine type lettuce, and they got scorched outside in the sun. So what I'll do is tomorrow I'll put all the good ones of these on into slightly bigger pots, about that size, and hopefully then they'll have enough soil to soak up enough water to keep them going for a couple of days. This is the shed that needs tidied. It's on my list of things to do. So busy at the minute. It's a good job I'm not working anymore, because I wouldn't have enough time to do half these jobs. But anyway, the beans are okay. They're okay at home at the minute. Once they've all come up, I'll sort the beds out at the allotment and I'll get them in the ground, get some wigwams up. These are my cauliflowers. Now, I noticed this one earlier when I came back from the allotment earlier, and I noticed that and I thought, oh, maybe there's a slug on, you know, in the pot or in the tray. So I checked everything, there's no slugs or anything. And I thought, I wonder if it could be cabbage white. So I checked all the leaves. I checked all the leaves carefully, and there was a couple of little grubs on some of the leaves, so they got dispatched. They didn't look like cabbage whites. They weren't. Cabbage whites usually emerald green. but these were more of a yellowish green. But yeah, there's some sort of little grub that was, and I found them in all of them. So what I've done is I've moved them in here, and I'll keep an eye on these for the next few days, and I'll check them every morning for damage and for any, because sometimes you can't see the juvenile grubs until they've grown a bit. And even then, if it's a cabbage white, they're really well camouflaged. They usually hide on the stalks, and you don't see them until they get big. See that? I don't know whether you can see that black dot in the middle. I think that's poo from a caterpillar, because sometimes you can tell when you've got them, because you see a lot of the black dots of poo run down the sort of like this down there, and they'll congregate or gather down in the bottom of the stem. So sometimes you can actually see evidence that way that you've got an infestation. And this is Swedes, which I still haven't got round to. You know, I'm putting this on a job to do tomorrow. This should be an easy job to do. But I'm just checking these for cabbage whites or any other grub, and I can't see any, so they'll get potted on tomorrow. They're staying here for another week, and I'm going to check them every morning to make sure they're not, they don't have any grubs or cabbage white maggots, grubs on them. I'm going to chit some more corn, see if I can get some. Well, I can't do anything with just a single one. Excuse me. And I'm going to pot any of these that are still alive up into a bigger pot. These will go out in the sun again tomorrow. What happens is in the morning they get a good water, they go out and they spend all day in the sun, and they seem to be doing well. The tomatoes are not looking all that great at the minute. They're a bit spindly and that. And although we've had all this sunshine, really roasting hot sunshine, there has still been a cold element to the wind, which has caused all the leaves on my tomatoes to go blue. So I'm going to use the actual Vitapod as a sort of like mini greenhouse tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all out in the Vitapod without any power on. The sunlight, there's someone's car alarm. The sunlight should be bright enough to keep them going, to make them grow. But the enclosed case should be enough to stop the cold wind from turning them blue. Hopefully keep them warm enough and help them grow. So that's my plan with them. They're not ready to go up because I have to plant my tomatoes out. I don't have a greenhouse. I've got that little polytunnel at the allotment, but it's not big enough for mature several, you know, you can maybe get one or two mature tomato plants in it, but that's all it's big for. Well, that's it. That's just a quick roundup of what we've got here back in the garden. You've had a wander around the plot this afternoon, so that's it for today. I'll probably try and do something at the weekend, but until then, all I'm going to be doing is just putting on some things. I'll do a little video of a single seed potato. We'll have a look at them and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. But that's it again. That's probably the only video I'll do now, between now and the weekend. So for me, that's it for now. I'll see you all again later. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe. But I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.